A very good morning. It's Mark here. It is Monday, April the 14th, 8:15 Eastern Time. That's 12:15 GMT. US session underway. Let's start at the dollar index, and you can see the sell-off from yesterday, the end of yesterday being Friday, and last week we had this big sell-off in the index, the US dollar index, a support of 98.78. And to start this week so far, the sell-off has continued. Sellers are in control. It has gone a little bit lower. Sorry, sitting at 99.34 at the moment. If I zoom in on the hourly, sitting pretty much in the middle of the range between this $100, and I've put in the $100 because that is the round number. Buyers will look at that $100 mark if they are going to continue this fight back from the big sell-off. They'll be looking as a first target for the 100 round number of 100. Sellers, of course, will be looking to continue the move lower and look at support here at 98.79 for now. Let's have a look at the S&P. There you can see on the daily, there has been a gap up in pre-market trading from closing last week at 5,390 and sitting right now at 5,465. So before the markets open, and that's in 1 hour 15 minutes when Wall Street gets open in pre-market conditions, a gap up and continuing a little bit of demand so far, looking up perhaps at resistance at 5,536. I did put in this red line you can see here at 5,416 because that is the high that we saw from Friday, and that is the low from today. So resistance has become support. Let's see if that holds out and if buyers can use that as some kind of a base, some kind of a floor, and push higher and look up here at resistance. And also the inverse relationship, of between US dollar index and S&P and the equity market playing out. As I said, US dollar a little bit lower to start the week so far, and S&P that little bit higher to start the week. Let's have a look at gold. Well, gold had a record-breaking week last week and literally set record highs up here at 3,245. That's the high. Gapped lower to start this new trading week, 3,224. A doji right now showing uncertainty. It's tested higher, it's tested lower, but sitting at that lower, where it gapped down lower, the 3,224, that's where it's sitting right now at the start of the US session. What is significant is it's very fresh and very new. We're on the daily charts, and the daily charts have a long way to go. Still got 3 hours of the European session, the full US session to go, but so far a double top, and the double top at that resistance level of 3,245. Double top is a strong reversal sign. If we zoom in and see on the shorter time frames, there you can see how we got to have that double top to 3,245. Very gentle slowdown. Buyers already looking to come back up. Demand certainly for gold's safe haven status is still there, and buyers will be looking to break above that 3,245 level. Let's have a look at Brent oil. Sold off very strongly over the last 2 weeks. And there you can see there has been a fight back. This fight back coincided with the 90-day tariff pause. And certainly oil will need positive data, positive news about tariffs, tariff retaliations in order for this fight back to continue. and certainly will be affected by any negative tariff news, will certainly have an immediate effect on oil. Support right now at a very low 58.58. There you can see the support level. And for now, resistance sitting at 67.47. Buyers will be looking at that 67.47 as a target on the upside. And of course, buyers will be looking to get back to that pivotal $70 level. Sellers will be looking to go no higher than this 67.47 resistance and look to come back down and break below the 65 level, and for these levels below and around that $60 area. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin trading in familiar and comfortable territory between a support of 82,700, a resistance of around that 86,000, and you can see the last few days how long Bitcoin has remained comfortable, and through the month of March was loosely within this range, which it's in right now as well. It did come towards the end of last week. It looked lower. The downtrend looked like it might pick up pace, trading below the 80,000 level and even into the mid and low 70,000 area, but has bounced back from there. I did draw in this descending trend line. Let me go to the hourly. And there's the descending trend line that I put in from the high of the current resistance at 86,200. Sellers might look for a bounce down off this trend line. Buyers will certainly look to break above the trend line to get back to that 86,000. So buyers looking at above 85,000 to get to resistance at 86, maybe get to the low 90s, a long way from there right now. Sellers looking to maintain price action below this descending trend line, not to get much higher than this, and certainly not to get higher than resistance, come back down to the low 80,000 area. Good trading, and I'll see you at end of day session.